So number 5, you then have to repeat all uh, the processes you have done. Okay, you need to repeat for all the discount levels. So let's then proceed to the uh, question. All right. Uh, Janice has demand for 40,000 wardrobes per annum, and the purchase price of each wardrobe is $25. They are ordering costs of $20 for each order placed. Inventory holding costs amount to 10% per annum of inventory value. The supplier now wants us uh, to have some discount, okay, on the purchase price as follows. So if we order quantities between 0 and 4,999, that is from 0 to less than 5,000 units, we are not going to get any discount. So we won't get any discount. Then, if we order quantities from 5,000 to less than 10,000, then we are going to get a 1% discount. If we order 10,000 or above, we are going to get a 1.5 discount. All right. Remember, in the beginning, I said that the purchase price is only relevant where discounts are involved. So in this case, we then have to, to consider the purchase discount in our computations. All right. However, we have learned that you need to first of all calculate the economic order quantity using our formula. All right. And then if the economic order quantity is below the quantity which must be ordered to obtain discounts, calculate total annual inventory costs. All right. Then you then follow the processes as listed on the screen. All right. So I'm sure you are also appreciating that this question is similar to the question which we have been dealing with so far without the discount. So we are not going to waste much time in the computation of the economic order quantity because we know the answer. We have computed this figure and we have it at our fingertips. Please replay the video and obtain or revisit the computations which we have already done. Okay, so when we calculated the EOQ, we discovered that it was 800 units. Please revisit your computations. All right, that was the EOQ which we discovered. All right, and then okay, let me just verify first. Okay, just for the purpose of your learning, let me just recompute the EOQ using the formula. Okay, we say that this was 2 COD. Okay, the CO was the cost of placing an order, which was $20 multiplied by the demand. The demand was 40,000. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use a much darker pen. Let me just use the blue. All right, divided by the CH. The CH was the holding cost per unit. Okay, holding cost per unit. We discovered this one is 10% of the purchase price, and the purchase price was $25. So the 10% of 25 was $2.50. If you still remember that, ladies and gentlemen, I will be very, very happy. So if you solve this, this, this formula. Okay, remember there is a big square root, so you can just first solve things inside this square root. Okay, punch your figures, and then in the end you then place your square root. Okay, and you then have to arrive at 800 units. Okay, so that was the computation. So we are done with that. Then we went on to determine as you can see, this quantity, 800 units, is less than the amounts eligible for the discount. So we then have to go to, we have completed this first step. We then have to go to the second step, where we need then to compute the annual inventory cost. And we already did that. So we the inventory costs, all right, uh we know that they were 2000, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, they were 2000. All right. uh, so because now the discounts are now involved, therefore the purchase price now matter. All right, the purchase price now matter. So what we do is we then say purchase cost. Purchase cost, in this case, our purchases were the demand 40,000 multiplied by the unit cost of the wardrobe, which was $25. So we get how much here? We get 1,000, 1 million actually. It's 1 million. Okay, 40,000 multiplied by 25, that's 1 million. All right. And then cost of of holding inventory, holding costs. We determined them as $1,000. If you still remember, they were $1,000. Okay, where we said that the average inventory was 800 over 2 multiplied by $2.50. If you still remember that computation. Okay, and this gives us $1,000. And then the cost of ordering inventory, ordering costs, the ordering costs. Okay, these ones were given by number of orders. The number of orders were demand. Okay, the demand over order size. The demand was 40,000. Remember, 40,000 over the order size, which is the economic order quantity, was 800. All right, multiply. Okay, we then have to multiply by the cost of placing one order, which was $20, as given in the question there. All right, so if you solve here, you are going to get a 1,000 again. So you then have to get what is called the total cost, or the total inventory cost. All right, where we add the purchase cost, holding costs, ordering costs. All right, and in this case, we come to 1 million, okay, and 2,000. 1 million and 2,000 per annum. This is per annum. That's the cost of uh, inventory, the cost of inventory, the total cost of inventory, where discounts are involved. However, in this case, the quantities were not, securing any discount. However, it's very, very important. Why? Because we then need to evaluate if there is any benefit to go for the discount, or sometimes it's even better to just remain where we are. Remember, in risk management, sometimes you just have to accept the risk that is there, or sometimes just have to do nothing. All right. So we want to open our options. Is it beneficial to take the discount or not? Now we have computed the figures without the discount. Let us now compute if the order size is 5,000. If it is 5,000, we are going to get a 1% discount. All right. So let's continue with our computation. All right, so if 5,000, okay, order quantity 5,000 units, what is going to happen? Okay, let me just put a demarcation on the screen so that I reserve I preserve my place, my space. Okay, so if the quantity, the order quantity is in 5,000 or batches of 5,000 units, then the purchase cost, the purchase cost is going to be 40,000 units, okay, multiply by 25 as usual, 25, but the purchase price is $25. However, we are entitled to a 1% discount. So if we are going to be given 1%, it means that we are going to pay 99% of the value. So 99%, because we have been given a 1% discount. Okay, so if we punch these figures in our calculators, we must get a total of 990,000 as the purchase cost. Then we move on to inventory costs. Inventory costs. And remember, our inventory costs are made up of ordering costs and holding costs. Okay, so let's start with the ordering costs or the reorder costs. Reorder costs. Okay, in this case, reorder cost is the number of orders multiplied by the cost of placing an order. How do we get the number of orders? That's the demand divided by the order quantity. The demand is 240,000, ladies and gentlemen. So 40,000. All right. Divided by the order quantity. This time we are now using 5,000 because this is the quantity that gives us the right to a 1% discount. Okay, we then have to multiply that. We multiply that by $20 because $20 is the cost of placing an order, and this is going to give us how much? This is going to give us 160. Okay, that's 160. Then we move on to the inventory holding costs. The holding costs. The holding costs are then, as they are an average of inventory held. Okay, so that's the order quantity divided by 2. All right, so in this case, the order quantity, what is the order quantity? The order quantity is 5,000 units. Okay, because we are ordering 5,000 batches. Batches of 5,000 units. So 5,000 divided by 2. Okay, multiply by how much? By $2.50. However, in this case, we then have, because the purchase price is subject to a discount, because remember, $2.50 is a product of the purchase price. The purchase price is 10% of the product's price. Okay, the product's price, unit price was $25 per wardrobe, and the holding cost was 10% of that price. So 10% of $2 fee of $25, that's $2.50. But we are given a discount of 1%, so we are not going to pay the full amount, the full $2.50, but only 99% of that. Okay, so we get how much here? We get 6,188. Okay, so we add up these figures, we have to arrive at 996,348 per annum. That's the inventory cost if we purchase these goods at 5,000 units per batch. All right, so let's move on to the other discount level of 1.5%.